I'm Alex Jones, and I'm a radio and television host based in Austin, Texas. And for many years, I've been exposing the criminal activities of the global elite, also known as the New World Order. In past films, we've documented the centralization of power, the move towards world government, the attack on the nation state, self-defense, the Second Amendment, family values, that is, the family itself, as well as private property rights. But time and time again in my research, I come, well, eye to eye with something that's even hard for me to believe. And that's that the elite, again, the so-called establishment kings, those that know best, the visions of the anointed ones, are obsessed with the occult, from presidents to governors to the heads of industry. We've all seen the stories of presidents and first ladies obsessed with their astrologers, making national policy decisions upon their recommendations. Spiritual guides, shamans in the White House. My friends, it gets far worse than that. You see, for over 120 plus years in Northern California, in Sonoma County, on a 2,700-acre secluded redwood grove, leaders from around the world, prime ministers, chancellors, presidents, governors, again, the heads of industry, banking, academia, the media, Hollywood, only a select few, a little over 2,000 people, travel there to engage in bizarre, ancient Canaanite, Luciferian, Babylon mystery religion ceremonies. And I successfully infiltrated through the Secret Service, through the guards, through the Sonoma County Sheriff's Department. We were inside 4 hours. That's only one day out of the 2 weeks that they meet there for the admitted Summer Fire Festival of the Bohemian Club.
Now we're going to get to some enhanced video, and we'll go play-by-play through some of the more occultic statements, like we shall read the sign in your burned effigy, the bound body. That's exactly what the Druids actually did. They would roast cats, goats, oxen, horses, and watch the pain of how they died, and from this extract some type of mystical energy force or power, and also be able to tell the future. It is a mixture of the Babylonian Canaanite cult of Moloch fused with ancient Druidic rites, where you have the female side of Satan, which they first call out to in the she, and then towards the horn god with the he, mixed with Masonic rites from Scotland. It's very likely that many of the 1,500 to 2,000 member crowd had really no idea what they were actually watching because it was thinly veiled. Here we have some more enhanced video as the boatman, again with his face painted up like a skull, pulls his boat across the small lake towards the high priest with the red of his cloak visible, with his hand outstretched as if he is pulling the damned soul towards him as they throw off their cares, their conscience for what they have to do in the world. Also, you have the arrangement of the circle of higher level priests around him, the high priest in lighter colors, and then the outer rings of red, and then those in black. This is consistent with the darker workings of the occult, not just with the Western countries, but also worldwide. Now, when you see that black edge coming to the field, that's because we zoomed in on the video, and many times the picture was almost out of the screen, so that's the edge of the field or the view of the camera. We'll get back to more enhanced video of the ritual here in just a minute. But remember PJ, the little demon down in the corner, the left-hand corner of the program, sweeping up the ashes with little horns? And how can you forget this? The image of a human body burning on the altar. Again, this is what they were handing out to those that were witnessing these macabre activities. But again, from Babylon on into ancient England, the word bonfire, meaning human sacrifices being thrown into fiery pits, turned into today's bonfire. After the sacrifice, members of the cult would sweep up the ashes of the victim and use them in future rituals. One of the things that is extremely obvious by looking at the program handed out to Bohemian Club members is the person creating the program had a deep understanding of the occult.
You shall burn me once again! But not with these flames, which hither ye have brought from regions where I reign. Ye fools and priests, I spit upon your fire.
Earlier I spoke with Alex Jones. I asked him why Bohemian Grove doesn't really get any mainstream media attention these days.
The CEOs and presidents, vice presidents of the big four networks all attend year after year, and you have former presidents, you have current presidents, you have British royalty that go there. Helmut Schmidt, the previous German chancellor, wrote a book, Men in Power as a Political Retrospective, and in the book he said, look, the Trilateral Commission goes there, the Bilderberg Group goes there, the leaders of the world go there for 15 days, and a lot of decisions get made there. And he admitted that they are establishing a private corporate world government. A lot of the major magnates in corporations and media, but also government, come there, and male prostitutes are shipped in to service them.
Alex, are you suggesting that, I know a lot of reports say that every Republican president since way back in the day have attended. Are you asserting that they're having gay sex?
Well, I know that Vanity Fair has reported on the fact that their reporter got arrested there, and their report talked about the homoerotic trappings. And then they go out and act like conservative men on television, but the truth is for 15 days a year, they are running around with their hair on fire and their pants down. And again, it's Richard Nixon that said, I mean, if you want me to quote it, he said it's the most goddamn, I mean, is it all right if I quote Richard Nixon?
Sure.
You can pull it up. Richard Nixon said Bohemian Grove is the most goddamn faggy thing you've ever seen.
Our next guest is someone that doesn't really need any introduction. Someone that is very close to my heart on a musical level, cultural level, spiritual level. And it's just an honor and privilege to have them here. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Lauryn Hill.
Motives and thoughts. Rotating bodies, confusion of sound, negative imagery holding us down, social delusion, clearly constructed, human condition, morals corrupted, trapped in reaction, lawlessness, war, dissatisfaction from bowels to core, devil's technology, strategy 4, human mythologies, urban folklore, sicker psychology, counterfeit cure, wicked theology, robbing the poor, scheme demonology, mislead the pure, stricken strategically, studying war, light shown in darkness, image exposed, few can see through the new emperor's clothes, lustful this hustle turns humans to hoes, when the blind lead the blind, just more trouble and woes, it's the mind that they chose, it's designed to stay closed, standards of jokers, court jester logic, cyclic and cosmic from schoolyard to college, primitive man in his civilized knowledge, system collapse and he still won't acknowledge, God is the savior, studies behavior, trying to fix the mixed mind that he gave you, stiff-necked scholars on prescription meds, wishing their problems was all in their heads, moral dilemma, pride at the root, misguided from youth, heart divided from truth, Egyptians and Grecians, spiritually dead, empirically led by the good gods in their heads, motives and thoughts, industrial wealth, global economy in it for self, heart full of madness, covered with kind, pleasure designed to take over your mind, furnished in godliness, painted in good, this tainted priesthood's got real saints misunderstood, while classes and government set up the veil and cultivate minds for more mythical tales, typical Hollywood, follies, good girl, while vice and corruption take over the world, motives and thoughts. Check your motives and thoughts. Blind with the wickedness deep in your heart, modern day wickedness is all you've been taught. Lie to your neighbor so you get ahead, modern day trickery is all you've been fed. Motives and thoughts, check your motives and thoughts. Thank you.